Hi, welcome back to Cooking with Daria. Today we will be making Salisbury steaks. This is a perfectly filling and delicious meal that your family is going to love. We will start out today with heating up your butter in your skillet. You're gonna get quite a bit of the butter in there. And then I already have my onion sliced up. You're going to cook this on low so it cooks. You don't want to burn it though. This is going to be for your patties. Now, in another bowl, you're going to have your ground beef. And again, this will depend on how big of a meal you're looking to make. I'm cooking for my husband and I and our daughter. And I'm going to send some to my father-in-law. So I'm making a big batch. So you're going to have your ground beef here. You are going to need an egg. The egg is going to help everything come together. If you have a ton of ground beef, you may need to use another one, but it just depends what kind of a batch you're making. All right, I'm gonna towel here. The next item you need is your Italian dressing here. Just be generous. You can always go back and add some salt. Salt, I'm always cautious with. I don't want to make it too overpowering with the salt and make it too salty. Pepper. And I do always go back in and add some once I combine everything. Then you need your garlic powder. Breadcrumbs. Panko breadcrumbs. And then Worcestershire sauce. And you're going to combine everything. Now, Worcestershire sauce, keep it near you because you will need it while you're baking the patties. So I'm just gonna keep it here on the stovetop. Now you're going to combine everything. Before you touch the meat, just make sure that you are actually washing your hands. Take all of your rings off because you don't want that to get in your rings. The Worcestershire sauce is delicious, you guys. It has so much flavor. It's absolutely beautiful. What I will end up doing is making the patties as I go from the bowl and cooking them. Keep an eye out on your butter. Now, your onions, do not dump the whole thing. You're just going to add little onion at a time. Because as you're making your patties, you're gonna want the onions to be cooking with the patties. It's gonna give them a lot of flavor. So just keep that in mind. I've learned that as I've made this meal. The recipe I follow doesn't state that, so, okay. Okay, you guys, make sure you have a towel near you because this is a messy one. So now as you can see, my butter is already melted and I am going to add a little bit of onion. I'm gonna let this cook for just a few seconds here while I put my patties together. I usually, what I will do is I will cook a couple patties at a time. I will end up adding more butter actually. Butter is everything, it's life. Excuse me while I grab that. Lots of butter. I'm Polish, we are always cooking with butter. We put it on our sandwiches, with our bread. We use it for the pierogi. It's delicious. Okay, you guys, so you just watch that. I probably went a little bit overboard, so I want to save this for the next batch. Now, let's see. I'm gonna turn up my temperature here really quick. Let me make sure I added everything that I was supposed to. So you're going to do the ground beef, 1 egg, tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce, breadcrumbs, Italian seasoning, garlic powder, salt, and pepper. I am gonna do just a little bit more, I think, of the garlic powder. I will have the exact measurements. If you're somebody that likes to follow exact measurements, I will have them attached below my video. I usually do a mix of patties. I'll do smaller patties, I'll do bigger patties. And this usually will last us 4 days. And I'll be making mashed potatoes with this meal too. So mashed potatoes go great with it. And then I have a recipe for carrots that I will also share with you in another video of how to make that. And that is super quick and easy too. I always try to include some kind of a vegetable with every meal. So let's see. So we did that. Okay. All right. So let's turn up the temperature a little bit. I'm going to grab myself. Here we go. This is perfect. All right. Now, you guys, we're going to make patties. You're going to make them into a ball and then flatten them out. You want to start out cooking these on low because you want to make sure the meat cooks all the way through. So I'm gonna make a little one because my she's not gonna eat a big one. And sometimes if I'm not super hungry for lunch, I do like a smaller one. So you're just going to flatten them just like so. And then we are going to cook them here with our onions. You know what, I'm gonna do one more actually, because I do have some room. So let's do one more. We absolutely love this meal. It's a little bit chilly today. It's raining, so this is such a comforting meal. I love this. Okay, so you're going to throw them into your skillet just like so, and let it cook on low. Okay, great. Let's see. Okay, and then, let's see, yum. I love this meal. It smells so good, you guys. This is just beautiful. We absolutely love this. Now, the only thing I did not grab was my flour. So give me a moment. I do have to grab my flour because we're going to take the flour and we're going to sprinkle it all over our onions, because that's going to give us the beautiful sauce. It's going to be super rich and delicious. Now make sure you're giving your patties enough time to cook. Don't rush the process. See how beautiful and brown they are. Gorgeous. And what I tend to do actually, once I am cooking these, I will add more of the Worcestershire sauce on top of it, because that packs more flavor. So you're just gonna take your Worcestershire sauce. I have the Heinz, it's the best. I love this one. That's the only one I will use for this recipe. And you guys, if your patties separate and they fall apart, it's not a big deal, honestly, because you can always break it up and just put over your mashed potatoes if you want. Okay, let's see. Okay. Now, the only thing that you're going to add next is going to be this beef broth. Between the beef broth and the Worcestershire sauce, your patties are going to have so much flavor. And just let it simmer, let it cook. It's beautiful. And then lastly, what you'll do is once your patties are ready to be taken out, you're going to take your Parmesan cheese and your provolone cheese, and you're going to put it on top of it. So I'm gonna let them cook for a couple more minutes. This is, for some reason, I always forget to do the provolone cheese. I have like, I don't know, I just skip out on it, and then I'm like, why is this doesn't taste right? Something's missing every single time. It's the provolone cheese. So we're gonna set that aside so I don't forget, and then I'm gonna open up my Parmesan cheese. I'm gonna sprinkle that all over the patties. What I will say is when the patties are cooking, you will see like the juices come out of it, and it'll start getting darker brown when it's ready to be pulled out. But like I said, don't rush the process. You want to make sure the meat is cooked all the way through. The other thing is you want your onions to be really tender and rich. So give that a moment. And then I'm going to grab a plate because I want to show you the finished product once we're finished with this. So I'll do a big plate. So you can put this here. This is a fairly quick meal too. So if you're looking for like a quick family dinner, this is super easy, as you saw, to put together. And then I do like to do mashed potatoes with this. And then don't skip out, get the Heinz Worcestershire sauce. It's absolutely delicious. It's my favorite. And then I just want to show you a couple different brands because I do the Italian seasoning. I got, this is the great value brand that's from Walmart. I got Stone Mill garlic powder. It's the oldie brand, so we love that. And then the panko breadcrumbs, honestly, you can get any brand. Aldi has it. I don't really have like one favorite one, but this is the Market District one that's familiar to our local store, Giant Eagle. So that's whose brand that is. And then my Parmesan cheese, I'm doing Giant Eagle too for this particular recipe. And provolone is also the Giant Eagle brand. Now, I want to see if I can show this to you guys. You'll see how it's red. That's when you know it's cooking, starting to cook through right here. So give it some time. You want to make sure all of that red, bloody looking color is gone. And just let it cook. And now our onions are becoming really tender too. Yummy. And don't hesitate to add more beef broth too, because that's gonna just keep your onions nice and tender and soft, and it's gonna keep them from burning. I do like my onions to burn a little bit, but not quite yet, because these patties are not ready to be pulled. So make sure you have that beef broth in there. Yummy. This is gonna be so good, you guys. Now, as far as the Parmesan cheese, you're not gonna need a ton. You're just gonna grab a handful like so, and you're going to sprinkle it on top of your beef patties. And you're gonna take only one slice. And sometimes I cut these in half because the patties are like smaller, like I said earlier, like this guy here. Just like that. It's easy, right? Leave your comments below, you guys, and let me know what you think. I know some people don't like onions, so if you don't like the onions, just don't cook with them. We love the onions. They're delicious. And you can play around and have different sizes of these patties. See, this one little patty is almost done. It has like that nice brown color that I like. Not quite burnt, but just a tiny bit. And you can literally pair this with any vegetable. And I will have a carrot Parmesan recipe up very soon, so you guys can see that. Take a look. All right, so now what I am going to do is I am going to take my Parmesan cheese and I'm going to sprinkle it. And then don't forget to take your flour too, you guys. So I have the John Eagle brand flour. You're going to sprinkle that. I am going to add a little bit of the beef broth because this is what's going to give you that sauce that you're looking for. And you can use this sauce to put over your mashed potatoes. So you're going to take your flour and just going to sprinkle it. The flour is actually going to just thicken up the sauce. So be generous. If it gets too thick, you can always add the beef broth. So don't be nervous. You can't make a mistake with this, really. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna stir this. This is gonna be very delicious, this sauce over the mashed potatoes. Okay, I'm gonna flip these one more time. And then I am going to add the Parmesan on top of the other two patties and then layer it with the provolone cheese, you guys. And this is just like that. It's super easy. Look at that. I'm just gonna do half because these patties are small. Just remember the ground beef, once it starts cooking, it will shrink. Smells good, you guys. Yummy. I'm gonna add some beef broth. Like I told you can't make a mistake with this recipe. God, this is so beautiful. Yum. I'm gonna bring the camera a little bit closer because I want you to see. Look at that. Yummy. It smells so good. It smells absolutely amazing. You just want the cheese to melt. If you don't like the Parmesan or the Parmesan or provolone, just substitute it with your favorite cheese, you guys. And just like that, it's done, you guys. Look at that. This video is just a little bit over 18 minutes, just like that. And the bigger pan you have, obviously you can make more patties, but just like that, it's all done. And then, like I said, pair it with your favorite veggie, and we're going to do mashed potatoes with this recipe. So enjoy. Let me know in the comments down below what you think, and just make sure to hit the subscribe button. And thank you so much for your support. Have a great day. Bye, guys.